Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to everyone.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Alright, so today we want to do our soft skill assessment, which is CID Part 1, Current Issue Discovery Part 1. Okay, so here we need to discuss about one issue and we need to talk about leader around the world, how they manage the current issue. Okay, so firstly, let we get to know each other. My name is Abdul Razak bin Abdul Aziz, and I'm year 1. How about you guys?
My name is Ahmad Faiz and I'm also year 1. So as for me, my name is Alif Aiman and I'm second year in UMP and I'm taking automotive engineering course.
My name is Wan Nurlina. I'm first year.
My name is Faizan Aisyah and I'm also first year student.
Alright. It's quite a awkward situation here, but it's okay. We just get to know each other. Okay, so now, what should we name our group? Any suggestion?
High five.
High five.
High five?
Yes.
Serious, high five.
Yes. Good
Can we
name.
all
Serious.
agree for this group name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alif, how about you? You agree with high five as our group name?
Yeah. I think I agree with the name of the group.
Alright. Okay, so everyone agree, eh? Faizan also agree?
Oh, yes, I agree.
Alright. Okay, so we have decided our group name is High Five. So then let's talk about issue. Okay, as previously, we actually already decided to do about COVID-19 cases, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So Ahmad Faiz, may you show us the slides? So okay, before we waiting for Ahmad Faiz, have you all done with the leader? Have you all do the what research for the leader around the
Yes.
world?
Yes.
Yeah.
Done.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay, good. So now we are talking about our issue. We are talking about coronavirus, COVID-19. Okay. So who want to present this slide? How about Wan Nodina?
Okay. Can. Okay.
Spontaneously. Go.
Firstly, the first slide is severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus that causes COVID-19. The first cases were identified in people with pneumonia in Wuhan, China in late December 2019. The World Health Organization (WHO) declared the situation a pandemic on 11 March 2020, signifying widespread human-to-human spread in large number of affected countries.
Hmm. Okay, next slide. Okay, maybe Aiman can explain to us about this issue.
So for the second slide, it is talking about how is COVID-19 is spread to other people. So firstly, COVID-19 is transmitted from droplet such as flu or it is occurs when people come in close contact within 2 meters or something of an infected person. Droplets containing the virus that can land in nose or mouth or eyes directly to the other person who is not infected. So next is transmitted from airborne. The virus can spread to people who are more than 2 meters away if they inhale the air that carrying a small particle of the virus this is more likely in ventilated or crowded indoor. So in the place that crowded with many people such as mall or 7E, so they is more likely to spread the virus to the place. So lastly, it is through contaminated object, such as touching objects that were not sanitized properly, or the object that were have COVID virus on it. So if you touch or face or smell or something, and then after that you touch your face or you touch your nose, you touch your friends, and the COVID-19 is more likely to spread to other people too. So that is for second slide.
All right, thank you, Aiman. So for the next slide. Okay. Faizanur, may you explain to us about this slide?
This slide talk about effect to the country and community. So first, loss of income and job opportunities. And second, social cohesion. And next, closing the classroom. Fragility, conflict, violence, such as home to more and more poor. The high cost of healthcare and migrants sending less money home. And lastly, accelerated economic downturn.
Okay, for the next slide. Okay, you may start, Faiz.
Next is symptoms start like many other illness. Actually, there are many symptom from this slide. First common symptom is fever. Second, cough. Third, sore throat. Fourth, fatigue. And fifth, shortness of breath. Symptoms start about 1 day after exposure but can be as long as 14 days. Most people develop symptoms within 5 until 6 days.
Oh, okay. For the next, for the last slide, I think. Okay, here for COVID-19 cases by world region, we can see that the cumulative cases is what we call it increasing by the month, by the year, where linear line increasing linear, where from January 22 January 2020, the cases are approximately to zero, but towards February 24 February 2021, the cases has increasing almost to 100 million cases. And here we can see on 16 December 2022, the cases has reached over 600 million cases, where we can see that this COVID-19 is very serious throughout our world, throughout the world. Okay. And we can see that the cases are more affected towards Europe and Asia country, whereby the North America, South America, Oceania, and Africa still affected by COVID-19 cases, but they are not as critical as us. So I think this is the last slide, right, Faiz?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's talk about leader around the world, with how they handle this situation. So may I know who likes to share about their found thing first? Anyone who want to start first? Hurry up, hurry up. Do you want me to start first?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, wait. What I search is for Mr. Wei Dongying from China. Actually, he is a CEO for Sinovac Biotech. Okay, I believe that we all think that Sinovac Biotech is only for COVID-19 cases, but actually, this company has started since 1982. They have conduct many antivirus such as hepatitis A and then SARS. SARS is severe acute respiratory syndrome. And they also try to fight with new human influenza vaccine, which is H5N1. Yes. So what is so special about this Mr. Wei Dongyin? Actually, he is the one that um as we all know that he is the founder of Sinovac, right? So since 2003 until now. So when we are having the COVID-19 outbreak during 2019, he already started to find a cure to the diseases. So during around 2020, he already started the Sinovac vaccine for COVID-19. And the first vaccine in China, he is the one that the first making the vaccine and provide the vaccine to the China community. So after the vaccine is seems like successful, around then next to in 2021, the vaccine has been officially listed in WHO emergency use listing around June 1, 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And after that, the COVID-19 Sinovac vaccine has been approved for emergency use and conditional marketing in many countries, such as in China itself, in Turkey, Brazil, Indonesia, even in Malaysia. Okay, and actually there's many more countries. I think it's over 40 countries that use this Sinovac vaccine for COVID-19. So yes, in my opinion, Mr. Wei Dongyin is has shown its leadership in trying to help the community around the world to to overcome the outbreak of COVID-19 cases. I think Mr. Wei Dongyin is very a dedicated man, as he is also a medical doctor. He do his patient, or he do what he can do to he use his knowledge and his specialty to contribute to the world. And for this reason, I think Mr. Wei Dong Yin has a leadership in himself, because leader know how to take care of the people around them. Yeah. So yes, my leader. I think the quite a good leader for these COVID-19 cases is Mr. Wei Dongyin. Okay, I'm sorry if I take too much time. So next, who want to present their founding about the leader? Okay, how about we go with Wanodina?
Okay. I think my leader is Dame Sarah Catherine Gifford. Dame Sarah Catherine Gifford was born in April 1962. She is an English vaccinologist who is a professor of vaccinology at the University of Oxford. The Professor Gilbert joined the Nuffield Department of Medicine at Oxford University in 1994 and became part of the Jenner Institute. Her chief research interest is the development of viral vector vaccine that work by inducing strong and protective T and B cell responses. So basically, she made the vaccine. And then she leads work on influenza vaccine development, for example, for Nipah virus and Lassa virus. In 2020, Professor Gilbert became the Oxford project leader. She made a vaccine against the coronavirus. This vaccine was tested by the University of Oxford in clinical trials of over 23,000 people in the UK, Brazil and South Africa. And now the vaccine is in use in many countries around the world to fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. So I think that Dame Sarah Catherine Gilbert is a true leader because she saved many lives through her development of vaccine. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you, Wanarina. I think Alif Aiman can go for the next.
Alright. Thank you. So, for my leader that I've searched is Hugo Sahin. So, before we know about what his achievement and what his contribution to the world. So let me tell you all about his introduction. So Uyghur Sahin is born in 19 September 1965. He is a German oncologist and immunologist at German. So technically he is from Turkey, but uh, he moved to the German. And then he grew up in Cologne and studied medicine at University of Cologne. So that is all for introduction for Uyghur Sahi. And his contribution, he is one of the CEO that founded BioNTech. BioNTech is a company that making and researching uh, vi- about all kind of virus, such as COVID-19 or other things such as cancer and many more. So he is also a key that helped in making vaccine for COVID-19. The vaccine that was called is the vaccine that he make is called Pfizer. Pfizer that we think that that vaccine is so good, right? So the next thing, he also involved in the research of making vaccines that help mutation of cancer. So the vaccine does not develop it yet, but he is involved in researching to the virus. So if the virus is happening, then we think that cancer problem will be solved in the meantime. But so lastly, he also co-founded a company called Ganymed Pharmaceutical. So the company is provided medicine and making medicine to provide it to all over Germany. So that was all contribution that were I researched. I think Urigo Sahin is the best leader that I can found. So next.
Okay, two more person. I think Faizanur can start.
Yes. So I'm going to talk about the leader that I choose, which is Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Nur Hisham. He was born on 21st April 1963 in Selangor. So he also a senior consultant surgery in breast and endocrine surgery. Since 2013, Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Hisham has served as the Director General of Health Malaysia, Ministry of Health Malaysia. So for me, Tan Sri Dr. Hisham is an exemplary leader in managing the healthcare sector's response to COVID-19. I agree that Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Nisham is the hero of COVID in Malaysia, and he has won praise for his wisdom, professionalism, and courageous. Um, Next, to face the changes of an era is not easy. Leaders or like everyone need to have the characteristic of visionary leadership, such as setting goals and then leading others to achieve them. Leadership also involve the ability to make decisions, communicate and work well with individuals or groups. So about decision making. Decision making are based on the ability to understand the situation and seeing an alternative to solve the problem. For example, Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Hisham, he has made a proper decision since the beginning of COVID-19, such as MCO. And of course, he already considered the impact to public and the economy. Next, Datuk Dr. Hisham, also known as Truth Teller, due to the clearly updated, most up-to-date information provided via social media platform, which was widely regarded as a reliable source at the time. Um, as we know, like since we just stay at home, so the only sources of information are social media, television, and radio. So if you use Twitter or Instagram, you will be aware of what has been shared. So he's also able to respond to questions from journalists. His speech delivery is smooth and can be easily understood by public. As you can see today, in Malaysia, the number of cases and deaths is lower than it was at the start of the pandemic. It improved. Deaths per day was reduced, just like total and new cases, a major difference. So you guys can Google and you can see and compare the statistic and graph of the cases. So lastly, what I admire about Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Hisham is he consistently expresses sincere gratitude to his staff, frontliners, and Malaysian for cooperating. So all of these, I agree that Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Hisham is an effective leader. He inspires people with his ability, wisdom, intelligence to work harder to for a good result. So that's all from me. Thank you.
All right, let's go for the last leader that we can know. Let's go, Faiz.
Okay, the leader that I chose is Dr. Barney Graham, which is from USA. He is an American immunologist, virologist, and clinical trial physician. Overall, overall that I look from him is he is more assist in creating vaccine. Dr. Barney Graham has made major contributions to vaccinology for decades. He helped pioneer the field of structure-based vaccine design, which relies on understanding the machine's mechanics of how viruses and human cells bind and interact, thus enabling transformative advances against important viral diseases including COVID-19. Dr. Graham's major technological breakthrough enabled scientists to take viral proteins that provoke a potent immune response, such as the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein, a structure essential for the virus to infect cells and hold it in the exact shape the protein assumed before fusing with a human cell. The resulting form is the foundation for many successful COVID-19 vaccines used globally today. A top leader in vaccine design and pandemic preparedness, Dr. Graham has helped save millions of lives and altered the course of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I can see is his leadership skill is he is very work hard person, which is he probably given 40 webinars over the last few months just trying to help people understand the vaccine and not be scared of it. Second leadership skill I can see from him is he always think positive. Even though many articles during pandemic say that there is no cure for this disease, he always think positive that he can create vaccine for people. He know he can do it, and finally his confidence make he successful to create vaccine. Then he also always think to help each other, where even though with his age is too old, still had in his mind to help people by creating vaccine. Yearly, he planned to rest forever at home because he is not strongly anymore according to his age. But this is called true leader, which is mentality is very important to keep he fighting to help around the world. And finally, strategy. Developing vaccine that could aim at the spike protein of the virus that caused COVID-19 before it attached to healthy cells was one of the two key developments that led to the fastest development of mass-produced vaccine in history. And lastly, his achievement is Dr. Barney Graham has earned the title of the Chief of Architect of the first authorized COVID vaccine. Second, first people call open when a deadly virus outbreak occurs. He also earned the 2021 Vanderbilt University Distinguished Alumnus Award. And lastly, he also break a record in create COVID-19 vaccine. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone for sharing their thought about the leaders around the world. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, we need to choose which the best leader among the five that we have talked earlier. So, in my opinion, I think Faizanor has stated the best leader. Not to
Wait,
be biased, not to be biased because we are from Malaysia, but we can see that the other four leader, they are focusing on making vaccine to counter-attack the viruses that has spread. But Dr. Hisham, that has been explained by Faizanor, he he makes sure that every of his rakyat in English, can we call it community? Malaysia residents. Malaysia residents know about the current issue and what is the current status about COVID-19. So when people aware about the situation, they can get the basic idea what they need to do and what they need to restrain from them from doing. So I think it's quite a best example of leader. I'm not talking about I'm not say that the leader that make the vaccine is not good, but I think Dr. Hisham way of managing the our Malaysia community is the best. Okay, that's my opinion. I think Dr. Hisham is the best. So how about the others? What is your opinion?
For me, I also think that Dr. Hisham that was presented by Faizal Nur is the best leader that I can found because he is not focusing on even though he is not focusing on building or researching on vaccine, but he is keep on update for to the Malaysian civilians to make sure that everyone knows all about COVID-19 that were in our country, that were affected in our country. So that was the idea for me to choose the leader. So I think Dr. Noor Hisham is the best leader for this issue. Okay, next.
How about Faizan or state her opinion since already two of us agree with you?
I of course agree with Consular Indonesia after all the info that I got from Google. Yeah, I think Consular Indonesia is the best leader.
Okay, how about Wanodina Ida?
I also agree that Dr. Nim Hisham is the best leader among all the leaders we stated because I think he is very professional and firm, straight to the point. It shows that we have we are battling in confidence and reading to the right side. That's all.
Alright. Okay, Faiz. So we need your opinion.
I also the same thing with you all that Dr. Norisham is also is very great leader. Uh, it- Although he learned many critique from the people, he did not look at all, but he's still fighting to help the people in his country. Uh, Also, even though he did not assist in create vaccine, but his system in managing to help the people is very efficient. Okay, that's all.
Okay, I think we all agree that the best leader that we can think of to fight this coronavirus 2019, COVID-19, is Dato' Isham, right? Is it right?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so I think, is there any more that we need to add to this CID assessment? No, right? Yeah, the
No,
other
No.
thing that we need to do is
I think no.
e-portfolio, right?
Yes.
E-portfolio. Okay, actually I already create the blog for in the wix.com. Later on I'll share the link. So then we will deciding our what task, dividing the task.
Alright.
Okay, so for the slide, Faiz already do it for us. And who want to do for the acknowledgement or appreciation?
Me. I want
You
to
can do
do.
it.
Okay.
One Arena, okay?
Yes.
Okay, appreciation. And then the next content, we need for introduction for these cases and a brief about our all conversation. So who want to do that?
Can I? With
Okay,
introduction.
okay, sure. And Faiz already do the slide. So Alif Aiman, I think we only left with the biodata. Can you do it for us?
um, I can
We will,
do the biodata for you all.
okay, we will share our maybe picture and some details to you
Yeah.
so that
Just share me
then
some pictures, names, nama ID, and then course that you were taken. So
ah,
I think that's all that I need for biodata.
okay. So I think this is all, right? Nothing more, right?
Yeah, I think
Okay, then
this.
so yeah, do we have anything to add? No?
No.
No.
No. Okay, I think so. Let's end it here. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.